Welcome to Moving Forward, sponsored by MPW Mocklink TV and Mocklink Internet, online at mpw.org. Each weekday morning, our local talk segment brings you the people who are helping move our community forward. Let's start the show.
Good morning, AM 860 FM 95.1 KWPC. I'm Jordan Davis. Thanks for tuning in with us here on this Thursday for Moving Forward. As always, brought to you by Muscatine Power and Water. Turn it on for $10 off. Right now, when you turn on Mocklink Internet TV and or phone services, you get $10 off each for 3 months. That's a $90 savings on 3 services for 3 months. Details at mpw.org. Again, I'm Jordan Davis. I'm joined in studio this morning by the Pams, Pam Myers and Pam Ricky from the Rhubarb Festival over in Aledo. How are you two this morning?
Good, Jordan. Thanks for having us.
Excellent. Well, we're so excited to have you in, as always. Now, for some of you, I talk about you all the time on here. I don't know if you ever hear that, but I do. Pam Ricky here is actually my aunt, and their home was my home away from home.
Absolutely.
For quite a few years. So
yes.
I love having Aunt Pam in here. It's a lot of fun to get to talk to her. But I will refer to her as just one of the Pams for today, so that we can get through. So Rhubarb Festival is coming up June 7th and 8th. Now, that's not next weekend or the weekend after. It's the weekend after that, right?
Yes.
First
yes.
full
yes.
Friday and Saturday in June.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So we're getting pretty excited for it, I'm sure, as much as you guys are, because it's going to be a culmination. I mean, you guys work on this just about year-round, right?
It's a big deal in Aledo. I mean, a lot of people come, and we get to show off Aledo, and it's just a great atmosphere, and we love that.
Were there any numbers from last year? Do you guys remember?
Well, they always estimate that there's around 10,000 people between the 2 days, so our town's only 3,700, so it swells to, pretty
almost by
pretty numbers.
3.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
It's a huge event, and there's I grew up with it. I think I've missed like 2 or 3 in my entire life that we haven't either attended, because we used to sell pies when we were at the other church, and then now we just try to help out where we can, or just attend just to have fun. So, but both of you guys run you're the heads of Rhubarb Festival, right? Now is it just you two, or are there some other?
We have a small army, so and many volunteers. It takes a village for sure to run this, and it's great customer service. I think we give our visitors and helping them with their purchases and just welcoming them to our community.
And showing them Aledo.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. But we couldn't do it without the volunteers. There's a Rhubarb Fest committee, and that's Pam's the head of it. I'm just her sidekick. But Darlene Johnson is the founder of Rhubarb Festival, and she's still even in the thick of making rhubarb pies. And so, there's a committee of probably, I would guess there's probably 30 to 50 people who at least volunteer to help make Rhubarb Fest happen.
And then they have their volunteers after that. So it's a well-oiled machine that she started, and we just try and keep true to her vision.
Yeah, and she's a lot of fun to talk to. I did that interview with her 3 years ago, I think, something like that.
Yes.
I did a little video for the Rhubarb Festival, and I got to talk to her for just a couple of moments. She's such a neat
She
gal.
is. I don't know how she does it. I don't know if she's got that twinkle in her eye that you just fall into a trance and go, whatever you say. Yep, we'll do it. Yep, it's fine.
Yeah, she's definitely an inspiration. As you see people get older, she just doesn't stop. She keeps giving back to her community, and so that inspires me, and I know Pam as well, and lots of other people who want to just keep giving back to their community.
Yeah, and it's a great community over there in Aledo. I love it. That's my hometown forever and always. But Muscatine's great. Coming from Aledo to Muscatine, I've talked about this before with some of the folks like United Way and MCSA. Coming from there to here, there's a big difference between the two. You wouldn't. For me, it wouldn't. You wouldn't think it. You look at Muscatine. It looks a little bit larger, but it's not that huge of a town in comparison to some places. But just the communities in both places are just so tight knit. It's awesome. Yeah. So
we had a lot of visitors from the Muscatine area, so we like that. So.
Excellent. Yeah, head on over to the Rhubarb Festival.
That's
it's a good time.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Friday and Saturday. So I know I hopefully know most of it by heart because I've attended a few of them in my day. But let's talk a little bit about the start of it. So Friday morning, what are we looking like?
Well, at 9 a.m., the bake sales start, and that really is a huge centerpiece of the festival. So the bake sales are where you're going to find your rhubarb pie. And that starts at 9 a.m. and runs till about 3 p.m. or until the pies sell out. And so this is a great spot for us to talk about rhubarb regret, because we don't want people to have rhubarb regret. So, we want to encourage people, if you're coming to the Rhubarb Festival to get a pie, you need to be there early, probably before noon on either day for the best selection. We were talking off air that how many pies are out there, and probably 3,000 to 4,000 pies are between the 2 days. But 10,000 visitors, you do the math, and
they'll sell out.
Yeah,
they
they're
will
going to
sell
sell
out.
Yeah.
They buy them by many.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen, I have seen people walk in there with a cart and leave
Yeah.
with a cart.
Yeah,
They're
they
leaving
do.
a full cart.
Big boxes full of, 7 or 10 pies. So people do kind of go around and scoop up. So, you might want to make a quick trip around all the bake sales in Central Park and then make your decision and buy away.
Yeah, put it in a cooler if you want to be there all day and, keep it cool. And
And if you really want to get a good taste of all the things rhubarb, you can go through the Big Blue Tent too,
Yes,
right?
yes. The blue and white striped tasting tent, and there's probably like a dozen
at least
items that you can sample in there, and that's free for people to just go through there. So that's really a centerpiece of the festival as well.
Yeah, because you get. I've seen so many things in there that you would not expect to have rhubarb in them. Or that you wouldn't think, oh yeah, that's definitely a rhubarb item I want to try.
Tarts and sauce and ice cream, and it's just a variety, and they're just wonderful.
What would have been in a crock pot? I've seen
Meatballs
with the barbecue sauce.
I don't remember that.
That is amazing.
Yeah. So talk about the barbecue sauce.
That
Pam.
is something new to add to our souvenir booth. Last few years, we've had Darlene's recipe for the jam, and it's always sold out. People buy it by the cases, and we thought, something to add to that would be Darlene's barbecue rhubarb sauce, and so we had that. Her recipe was manufactured into these bottles.
I don't think I've tried that yet.
No, it's really good.
It's
really good.
Yeah.
Because I'm terrible. I'm not. It's the same as the morel mushrooms. I love to go and hunt them, but I've never been one to eat them. It's the same thing with rhubarb. I want to try all the stuff with rhubarb in it, but I'm not gonna. I don't like gulp down a rhubarb pie every year. It's terrible. I feel like
seasonal, and that's why it's so special.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, but some of the stuff that I've gone through and tasted in the tent, is absolutely awesome and just so different than what you'd expect.
It's a different tang, it's a sweetness, and but that barbecue sauce is fun. It's fun that it's Darlene's recipe, and it's just another addition that we think is fun to add to the festival.
Excellent. So that's the Big Blue Tent. So let's keep blue and white striped tent.
Yeah, blue and white striped this year.
Change?
Yeah, I don't know if the Big Blue Tent blew away. I'm not really sure.
It got a little long in the ears.
Yeah.
It had to be replaced.
Yeah, so it's blue and white striped tent. Yep. That's what you're looking for.
So the bake sales all morning long until the afternoon until they probably sell it. And they mostly do sell out first day, right?
Yeah, oftentimes
they sell out, and then we have another army come in with additional pies for Saturday.
Gotcha. Okay. So some stay on the back burner for they wait for Saturday.
They have the second crew, and then they're home baking. But we are always wanting additional bake sales. So if our listeners are out there wanting to fundraise for a great cause or just their own household, let us know. Reach out to us at our Facebook page, and we can get you hooked up because it's a hot commodity.
Absolutely. So let's keep rolling through the morning.
Yeah. So the Aledo United Methodist Church, which is just about 2 blocks away from the heart of the festival, they serve a wonderful lunch every year during Rhubarb Festival, and that's really popular for people to go down there. It's a chicken salad sandwich lunch, and you get a piece of rhubarb pie with it. And so that is, I would recommend people check that out. We also have a lot of food vendors in the festival area, but if you want to get out of the heat, if it's hot, that's great. Relay for Life will be selling pork chops in the park that day, and then our church, Jordan, First Baptist Church, is selling, they do kind of a unique thing. They are selling pie by the slice, and I think they're one of the only people who do it. So you just want a slice of pie, you don't want to buy a whole pie. Our church will be under the pavilion selling from 11 to 2 or until they sell out.
Yeah. Are they going to be in like inflatables or anything like that this year?
That's on Saturday.
That's on Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So we'll talk about that on Saturday when we go through there. There'll be entertainment all day.
Live music. Yep.
On on Friday from 11 to 5 we will have live entertainment. So we want to encourage people to bring your lawn chairs. We do have a little bit of seating around the park, but not a lot. So if you want to sit and listen to the entertainment, then we would suggest you bring a lawn chair, plop it down in the park, and just sit and listen. It's all free, so you can enjoy that.
You guys always leave plenty of space too for fun.
Yeah.
And now there's more space because is the rhubarb tree officially gone?
Sadly.
So
it's officially gone. I haven't been there to see it.
Tree.
Jeez.
Yes, we had a tree in the park that was called the rhubarb tree or the upside down tree, and it had just rotted to the spot where they had to take it down. So it was a Day. I think it happened last week.
I remember when they put in the poles to hold it up.
Yes.
Because I mean, when it gets to the point where they're putting in supports for its
its days are numbered.
Yeah. So that was sad.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but so there's probably a little bit more seating now because of it. But there will also be plenty of. There's always plenty of seating there, right out front.
And people feel free to, like Pam said, bring your lawn chairs and leave them and park them, and then you can go around. They'll be back. They'll be there when you come back.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Absolutely. So,
Okay,
Pam,
so
you
what
want to go
next?
through the rest of the what's going on?
Yes, we've got the souvenir booth, which is always a great place to stop. It's got the T-shirts and sweatshirts and kitchen gadgets and the jams and the jellies. So please, that's how we help fund our festival. So please help us support that endeavor. Admission is free. So how we raise funds for the festival is through our souvenir booth and our rentals for spaces. So, of course, we've got the junk jam. It's a flea market antiques on the parking lot and on College Avenue. That's 9 to 4, and that's both Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
That portion is Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
Not to be confused with the craft show.
Which was confusing me before I asked.
Yes.
I asked before we got on air was what's the difference between the two? Why do they come in? And what really is the difference?
Well, when we started the craft show, 20 years ago, that was an ideal place, and Saturday only just seemed fitting because the courthouse is open for business on Friday. So just keep that in mind. That's why we did that. But it's strictly, the crafters and some embellished antique vendors. But it's a full slate, so there's over probably 130 vendors there
On Saturday.
On Saturday.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Of course, we've got the trolley tours from 9:30 to 4:30.
I love the trolley tours.
That's such a unique, and that's free. The tour guides are amazing. They are great storytellers.
They take like the same route every single year.
Yeah, they change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
They go by our new library that we built.
Oh, do they? Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. So that they always try and add new stories or find new history about the town.
Has the library opened its doors yet?
Yes.
It has.
Yes.
Okay, I haven't been over. I saw it the other day when I was driving to church. I saw the.
It's a great facility.
It looks like it's very, very nice. Big difference. You look at it. It's a little bit smaller than what I expected for the library, but it looks like it's huge on the inside.
Yeah.
More usable space.
Yes.
I think that's
makes
kind of how.
Handicapped accessible and all that good stuff. So.
Yep, and then of course we got the rhubarb seeds and the welcome bags at Main Street, and then with the Western Illinois Model Train Club has the train display on Main Street on East Main on the second
upstairs.
floor. Yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
that's huge. People really are amazed at the grandness of it.
Yeah, I had not went to that till last year, and I went upstairs, and I mean, it's a big, older building downtown, and the whole upstairs is full of this model train
Which building
display.
is it?
So it's the
Old Market Browns.
Old Dollar General. Building
Oh, okay.
downtown, so it's on Main Street, and like I said, the entire upstairs is full. They're year round. They do their model trains, and then they leave it up and let people come for Rhubarb Fest and look at it. So that's another free thing you can do. Kids probably would really enjoy it. And then the other thing on Friday that we want to talk about is the Esley Noble Museum. Aledo has a nice little museum, and it has a one-room schoolhouse and lots of history, and they're big on genealogy. So if you're in town and looking for something to do, 10 to 5, the Esley Noble Museum is open.
And they had an addition as well.
Yeah, they added on too. So
yeah.
Check out
Oh,
the
added
museum.
on to
They
the
added
building
on.
itself?
Yeah,
Wow.
things are happening in Aledo.
right.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that kind of takes us all the way through Friday.
Yes.
And again, mention avoid rhubarb regret.
Oh,
Get
yes.
in if you have the chance to go Friday. Get in
Yes.
early. Get your pies.
We'd love to have you come both days.
Yes.
Get your pies. Come back on Saturday.
Yeah.
for the craft show because
Yeah.
that'll be opening up, and that opens up. Why don't we just jump into Saturday?
Yeah.
That opens up early on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
We start off the morning at 6 a.m. with the firemen's breakfast, which is always just a huge hit. That facility in itself is another great addition several years ago, and there's 30 volunteer firemen, and Viola helps us out. They bring in another cooker. I mean, the crowds are big, but the pancakes are good. So.
And hot sausage links, and then they also
Grilled.
make rhubarb sauce to put on the pancakes.
Yeah, so that's
I
always.
haven't tried that
yeah.
yet. Oh
see?
my goodness!
And that's a cost by donation, I
Yes,
think. So
right.
just
They put that back into needed equipment for the community. Of course, we've got the tasting tent going on and the bake sales. Methodist Church still is happening, and all new live entertainment from 10 to 4:30 in the band shell. The band shell is just a great place to be for the park. It starts out with the jazz band at 10.
It's so great that we've got that band shell. I mean, I honestly don't even remember what it was like before we had the band shell. I don't remember. I can't even envision what was there in that.
Well, it's probably been there 15 years now, hasn't it? At least
I
would say.
What was there before?
Nothing. It was just.
It was just open space.
Yeah, just open space.
I don't. I really do not remember that.
It's ingrained.
Well, you were like what, a 9-year-old kid then? I don't know. 10
Well, and Aleto's lucky too, like many rural communities, but they have a lot of green space in order to pull off events like this because it's not just all concrete. So we are blessed by the green space, which I think adds to the atmosphere as well.
Yeah, and Saturday, I wanted to mention in terms of the entertainment, local people might know the name The Who's Dads, which was formerly Ellis Kell's band, and they've continued on since his passing, but they are a huge festival favorite. They come back every year. And then we have a band to wrap up the day from 2:30 to 4:30 called the Tailfins, and they're awesome rock and roll 50s and 60s music. So that really quality entertainment. It's all free.
It's all free.
Mm-hmm. How can you beat that?
I know. You really can't. Like there's not, there's not really many things in life that are free and good. Mm-hmm. And this is a free and good thing.
Absolutely.
So people should come check it out. Yep. Yeah.
Yep. And the food vendors, got lots of great food vendors, be both local restaurants and vendors. So lots of choices. If you leave hungry, it's your own fault. That's what I always say.
Right?
Yeah, and of course, there's great places to eat within walking distance.
Oh yeah, the Chinese restaurant, and I mean just
Bergs and
Happy Joe's, all kind. You can start naming them.
on.
There's a lot of great things in Aledo. If people have not been to Aledo, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at what our little town has to offer.
You guys don't happen to know if like for food vendors, if Gabo's has returned again?
Oh, I think I think we
staple.
don't lose many of our food vendors. That's the thing. Our festival is so popular with our vendors. Once they come, they don't not come. They always come.
Yeah,
so I think Gabo's rib.
Last year not last year, but a few years ago, I watched John eat one of those turkey legs, and I have not been able to get one, and it is driving me nuts. Every time I go, they're like, "Sorry, we just don't have that this year." I'm hoping that they brought it back.
Okay,
they're great. They're great vendors.
Yeah, and all the vendors that show up are always awesome.
Yeah,
they're super pleasant folk, and they pump food out like crazy.
They
all
like
day
to come
long,
to the
both
Rhubarb
days.
Fest.
Yes, absolutely. So continuing on down the day, for those of people who are runners, that wouldn't be me. I don't know if that's you or you.
Unless somebody's chasing me.
So the YMCA in town offers a 5K, and then there's a Little Sprouts run at 9. So 8 o'clock is the 5K, 9 o'clock for the Little Sprouts, and you can get online, and we'll talk about our website in a bit, but and apply for that ahead of time. And then, as Pam said, the craft show is Saturday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Over 100 crafters on the lawn of the courthouse, and just a huge variety of items. I heard there's even somebody bringing rhubarb soap this year. So she makes soap and puts rhubarb in it. And so even those craft vendors are trying to work their rhubarb into their products, so that's neat. Yeah. And then the Junk Jam Antique Market will continue on Saturday. The trolley tours continue on Saturday. And one other neat thing that's new on Saturday is 10 to 3. We have a kids activity zone, and in that area, there's Morris and Company brings inflatables. There's probably about 3 or 4 different inflatables, and then another really cool thing that happens in our kids area is from 9 to 2. The local Boy Scout troop has a rhubarb derby. And so anybody who's a Boy Scout or been around Boy Scouts knows about these little derby cars that they build. Well, these derby cars are made out of rhubarb stalks. so they put little wheels on the rhubarb stalks with toothpicks, and the kids can build them. And again, it's a free activity. The inflatables are free. They can make a donation on the rhubarb derby, I think, but again, it's free. So and then there should be face painting over there and all.
There's balloon
yes
that they make. So.
Yes, So there's things for the kids. Specifically, Saturday is more kids activities. So if you're bringing kids, Saturday's the better day to come.
Yep, we've got the big leaf contest and the baking competition, and we have a pie eating competition too, which is a riot.
Yeah.
Where does that? Does it happen up on? It happens in the pavilion, right?
Yeah, below the
right in front
stage.
of the band.
Gotcha.
Band shell, and they have to tie their hands behind their back, and then they put their faces and just go for it in the pie. And they're encouraged by a local volunteer to just eat that rhubarb pie as fast as they can. It makes my stomach hurt. I couldn't do it, but it's fun to listen to him, not alone watch him do it. So it's good time.
Yes. Yeah. So, and then continuing on, again, you can stop by the Main Street booth. It's been popular. We give away 12,000 free rhubarb seeds. So we're encouraging people to plant their own, crop of rhubarb. So stop by the Main Street booth. That's in Central Park. And then also we do want to encourage people to shop the downtown businesses, because some of them there'll be pink balloons outside of the businesses that are offering bake sale items, rhubarb bake sale items in the businesses. And we just really want to promote that people stop by and check out our local businesses. And then again, the model train will go on from 10 o'clock in the morning, and the museum is also open on Saturday.
Okay.
So.
Actually, it is a full weekend with the Rhubarb Fest. There's never not something to do.
Yes.
It's busy all day long, both days, and it sure is a whole lot of fun. I mean, honestly, the couple that I have missed, I sure do regret, because it's always so much fun coming over there. It is.
And we also have golf cart shuttles too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, where do most folks park now?
Okay, so you kind of, on Friday, you kind of just have to find a spot around town. And then, like Pam said, the golf carts will shuttle you. But on Saturday, you can park at the First Baptist Church, which is 800 Northeast 6th Avenue in Aledo. And they will shuttle, there's shuttle buses that run all day long during the festival. And so that'll take you downtown. So if you want to avoid trying to find a spot that's, 3.5 miles away.
Yeah.
then watch for signage as you come in. That's Saturday only is the shuttle bus, but the golf carts are available.
Both days. And that's free as well. And if you've had to park blocks away and after you've walked all day at the festival and you're tired, they will take you to your car, or they'll help you carry a heavy item. So it's about customer service, and they do it really well. So it's fun and they really appreciate it. And I've taken advantage of that golf cart a couple times when I've been there since 5:30 in the morning. But
Absolutely.
It's another just an added, little helpful thing that we think people will enjoy, and they really have.
Yeah, and it's man, the Rhubarb Festival is just an absolutely amazing thing that happens in a town 3,700 people that you wouldn't always expect. I've told people about it. I've told people about the Rhubarb Festival, and they said you really bring in over to 10,000 plus people every year to this little event.
We are officially the Rhubarb capital of Illinois.
Heck yes.
Yes.
We got the paperwork to prove it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else you guys really want to mention before we get on out of here this morning?
The only other thing I would mention, just to remind people, it's free. Bring your families if you're looking for a not as busy day. Friday's the less busy day. Saturday, there's more kids' activities. And the best place to go to look for more details, which this whole detailed flyer of events is on our website, which is AledoRhubarbFest.com. And then you can also find us on Facebook. So like us on Facebook. We update that a few posts a week about what's going on. So that's another great place to look.
Yep.
And finally, it is a daytime festival. 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. are the main events. So,
so if you come at 3:30 and expect to stay, we'd love to have you, but we're
a lot of people start packing up. Start packing up shop
because the pies are gone and things. So it does go till 4, but it is a daytime festival. So we hate it when people show up late and then they're disappointed. So we don't want you to be disappointed. Show up early and enjoy the whole day.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to it. June 7th and June 8th. That's a Friday and a Saturday. The Rhubarb Festival is returning once again to Aledo, Illinois, just across the river here from Muscatine. Really not too far of a drive. I make it pretty regularly.
Yeah,
so it's not too bad. So thanks again to the Pams for joining us this morning. Pam Myers and Pam Rickey from the Rhubarb Festival Committee. They are helping put all of this together. And we say thanks to all the great volunteers that make it happen as well. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for both of you for joining us this morning here for Moving Forward.
Thanks for having us.
This is Moving Forward, brought to you by Muscatine Power and Water. Right now, if you're not hooked up to Mocklink Internet TV or phone services, turn it on for $10 off. Turn one on and get $10 off each for 3 months. Save even more when you bundle 2 or more. Details at mpw.org. Again, I'm Jordan Davis. Thanks for tuning in here to Moving Forward on thevoiceofmuscatine.com.
This has been Moving Forward on KWPC AM 860 FM 95.1, the voice of Muscatine. Moving Forward is brought to you by MPW Digital TV and Mocklink Internet, a designated Blue Zones worksite. Browse to mpw.org. And remember, Moving Forward, local guests making good things happen in the community. Weekdays at 8:15.